And then I'm not going to post any screenshots or usernames for this because I don't want to shine any light on this individual, but it does highlight a current issue going on in the online publishing space.
I think it's more than just worth a note. Daniel Green's an author. And technically I am. I do have a published short story, but that's neither here nor there. Point being is that you think you would want to put a light on this because, you know, people started to put a light on it. They put a light on it not because they wanted to give them positive attention. And maybe Daniel Green was having a brain fart when he thought this, came up with it, when he wrote it. I don't know if he writes a script out and then reads it as he's doing it or just all off the top of his head. But point being is that, you know, we should be putting a light on this because someone on Reddit felt the need to put a light on it. And they felt the need to put a light on it, not to give them positive attention, but to give them negative attention, because in this modern age, you can do this. So we can report the user for copyright infringement. Is he actually stealing? I don't think it's a question. Obviously, they are. The blade itself. Logan plunged through the trees, bare feet slipping and sliding on the wet earth, the slush, the wet pine needles, breath rasping in his chest, blood thumping in his head. I had to Google it because Daniel didn't link to anything. You always want people to cite the author. You should definitely cite idiotic people like this, especially if they're on a platform that allows people to report them, because then you could just simply tell people to report them, which is what it should be doing. Not shining that kind of light on it is going to have its own negative effect. But again, maybe he had a brain fart. He didn't fully think about it. Who really knows? Point being is I remember reading this particular book, not reading it like I saw it in Barnes and Nobles, looked at the cover, read the back, and I read like the first pages. This is like a year and a half or so ago. So that's how long that this book has been on my bookshelf. But when I read it online, I was like, wait, this totally sounds familiar to me, even though I've not actually finished the book. Logan plunged through the trees, bare feet slipping and sliding on the wet earth, the slush and wet pine needles, breath rasping in his chest, blood thumping in his head. And, you know, the irony of that is not the only one. We can actually jump to another book that he stole, Aphira. And, you know, this one, all we have to do is search for the character's name, because just like the blade itself, he didn't change the names. Do a search. There's the author right there. See, it pops up immediately. Just the character's name search in Google. To me, this is the kind of light that should be painted on this individual. It's not about giving them positive attention. It's about, you know, sending people here to report them for copyright infringement, because that's what should be done.